170,000 women and teenage girls in the United Kingdom been subjected to female genital mutilation over the last decade, according to a new report. Figures show that just a fraction of cases were reported to police or local authorities. Although the practice is illegal in Britain, no one has ever been prosecuted for carrying it out, and no parents have been found guilty of allowing their child to be mutilated. Cordelia Lynch has been speaking to one woman who's been left scarred by the experience.
I've been in and out of hospital from the age of 12, and at 32 I was told I can't have my own child because of FGM, because of the operations, because of the scarring. And that's how FGM affected my life. And I still get ill. I still end up in hospital every 16 months and with pelvic infection, with urine infection, with a lot of infections.
Hoda is a survivor of female genital mutilation. She was cut in the name of purity in Somalia at 8 years old. Now she's a nurse in Britain and she's worried.
There are doctors, there are cutters who are actually being paid to come to the UK to cut children. We have a child protection training every year. I work in public health. I have that training, I have to have it. I have never had FGM training.
A decade ago, it was estimated that 66,000 girls were dealing with the consequences of FGM in England and Wales. But new research published by the think tank The New Culture Forum suggests that number has more than doubled to around 170,000. The report also states that only 5% of FGM cases treated at hospitals are referred to the police.
The reason why it's important is because we can't pretend that this is something that is a rare occurrence in the UK or that only affects a handful of girls and women.
The report used the 2011 census and FOI requests to more than 160 hospitals.
They are striking statistics obtained by a feminist and published by a think tank founded by the now UKIP MEP candidate Peter Whittle. He insists, though, it is not a political issue for him. But some campaigners warn figures are disparate and must be treated with caution. No one will really know numbers until records are kept as a matter of course. And even then it will be difficult. This is a private, secret practice.
FGM was made a crime in Britain in 1985, but there have been no convictions. Nearly 2 years ago, the former Director of Public Prosecutions decided to look at the situation.
This has been going on for 18 months. You've been looking at this. Why does it take Britain so long to do something the likes of France and Kenya can so successfully do?
Well, I think that, as I say, there's been a problem in the past with sitting back and waiting.
It's a problem now, isn't it? Because we still don't have any prosecution.
Well, there have been a number of covert investigations, certainly in the last 12 months. As it happens, they didn't yield sufficient evidence.
Hoda thinks Britons are just too reticent.
British people are very polite. They like to stay out of things. But there's a policy that says every child matters. And every child matters, that including child who had FGM.